The Last of Us. In The Last of Us, the apocalypse doesn't begin with a virus. It starts with a fungus, cordyceps, real, terrifyingly real, just fictionalized into something far worse. A single spore, a single bite. That's all it takes. The mutated cordyceps infection hijacks the human brain in hours, forcing its victim to lose all control, while keeping the body alive. What's left isn't a mindless corpse. It's something worse, something alive, and angry. It starts with runners. Humans, still fast, still agile, driven mad by the infection. They charge in packs, fueled by pure rage. Then come stalkers. After weeks, the fungus begins to break through the skin, distorting features, muting what's left of human thought. These creatures lurk in shadows, clicking softly, echolocating. But the worst are the clickers. Years into infection, their faces split wide open, fully overtaken by fungus. Blind, but far from helpless, they use sound to hunt. Their skulls are armored by hardened mycelium. One wrong noise, and it's already too late. And if you're truly unlucky, you'll meet a bloater or shambler, massive brutes whose bodies are so overtaken by cordyceps, they become walking bioweapons. They throw spores, release acidic gas, and can rip a human in half with one swing. The infection even spreads through environments. Tendrils snake through walls, connecting the infected into a vast, fungal hive. Step on the wrong vine, and you might awaken a dozen monsters without even realizing it. World War Z. Now shift gears to World War Z. A virus this time. Mysterious, viral, fast. It doesn't just kill, it resurrects. Within minutes of a bite, the host dies and rises. In the books, the zombies are traditional. Slow, shambling corpses in the Romero style. They don't feel pain, don't need to eat, and they don't stop. They build up in swarms, piling against walls, overwhelming cities by sheer numbers. But the 2013 movie dials the nightmare to 11. These zombies are fast, insanely fast. They sprint, leap, and climb over each other like a swarm of insects, scaling buildings, crashing barricades, turning entire cities into kill zones in minutes. What they lack in intelligence, they make up for in overwhelming force. Their hive-like coordination turns every outbreak into a global catastrophe. Governments fall, borders collapse, and survival becomes a losing race against time. The Walking Dead. In The Walking Dead, the horror isn't just the undead, it's the idea that everyone's already infected. Here's the twist. It's not the bite that turns you, it's death itself. Every living person carries the virus. The moment you die, you rise, unless your brain is destroyed. Walkers, as they're called, are classic zombies. Slow, decaying, unrelenting. But that slowness hides their true power. Numbers. A single walker? Manageable. But gunfire, shouting, or panic can draw dozens, then hundreds. Entire herds move like tidal waves across the land. They follow sound, smell, and movement. They never sleep, never get tired, never stop. And over time, they rot, losing limbs, jaws, even internal organs, yet still crawling forward. Survivors coat themselves in walker guts to blend in. But that disguise only lasts so long. And as time passes, new variants appear. Some walkers climb, some sprint, and some show signs of evolution. The real enemy? Not the walkers, but what people become to survive them. Train to Busan. Train to Busan is pure kinetic horror. A biotech leak starts the outbreak, but the science doesn't matter. What matters is speed. Victims transform in under a minute, their bodies twitching, snapping, and contorting as the virus takes over. These zombies sprint, smash, and tear through everything in their path. Trapped on a high-speed train, survivors are forced into tight spaces with the infected. One slip, one misstep, and it's over. These creatures are ruled by sight and sound. Shut a door, cut off the light, and they hesitate. But once they see you, you're already dead. It's a claustrophobic nightmare, modern technology turned into a death trap. And beyond the action, the movie exposes the cruelty of human nature. Who gets saved? Who gets locked out? And how far will people go to protect only themselves? 28 days later. These aren't zombies, they're still alive, still human, but infected with something worse, the rage virus. Born in a lab, it's a modified strain of hemorrhagic fever. One drop of blood or saliva, and within 10 seconds, you're gone. But not dead, not exactly. You run, you scream, you attack everything in sight. Your heart pounds, your muscles work at full capacity. No rot, no decay. Just pure adrenaline-fueled savagery. The infected don't strategize, they don't plan, but they don't need to. Their sheer speed and aggression break through riot shields, military barricades, and safe zones like they're paper. The films show how thin the line is between civilization and collapse. In a world infected by rage, the scariest thing might be the people who survive it. Resident Evil. Welcome to Resident Evil, a universe where science turns to nightmare. The T-virus is a man-made weapon, a mutagen, a bioweapon. One bite or splash of contaminated blood and the host dies, then returns as a shambling, flesh-hungry corpse. But Umbrella didn't stop with one virus. Over the series, they create dozens more. Z-virus, C-virus, Las Plagas, mold. Some infected stay zombie-like, others become monsters. Towering tyrants, spider-limbed lickers, muscle-bound bioweapons that shrug off bullets and chase their targets with brutal precision. Even worse, some of them still think. Some obey orders, some... Remember, Resident Evil's world is a bio-horror arms race. Every lab is a trap. Every hallway could hide something that once was human and now wants nothing more than to end you. Left 4 Dead. In Left 4 Dead, it's the green flu, a rabies-like virus that wipes out higher reasoning and triggers pure, violent instinct. The infected run, leap, climb. Within minutes of infection, a person is gone, and what's left is a pack-hunting beast. But here's what makes this world so brutal. The special infected. Boomers explode into bile that blinds you and calls in hordes. Smokers drag you into the dark with a tongue like a whip. Hunters leap from rooftops and pin you to the floor. Tanks throw cars. Witches kill with one scream. Each encounter feels different because the game's AI director is watching, adjusting the horror based on your stress, ammo, and mistakes. No 2 runs are ever the same. It's not just a virus, it's an adaptive, reactive nightmare designed to break you. Dying Light. In Dying Light, the virus strikes a quarantined city after a global athletic event, because irony is dead. The infection begins with fever and confusion, but when the antiviral runs out, when the light fades, everything changes. By day, you face biters and virals, fast, angry, but manageable. By night, the apex predators come out, volatiles, hulking, fast, and nearly unkillable. They own the dark. Only UV lights or sunrise keep them at bay. The infected evolve over time. Some explode, some throw rocks, some sprint across rooftops faster than you can. And the twist? Everyone's already infected, even you. One bad fall, and you're the next corpse on the street. The world isn't just infected, it's alive, and it's hunting you. So whether it's fungus or virus, shamblers or sprinters, bloaters or bioweapons, one thing's clear. In these worlds, the apocalypse wears many faces, but the scariest zombies are the ones that remind us of ourselves.